Welcome back here to the studio and CI Live. Ray Crawford joined now by Jerry Palm of CBSSports.com. All right, LaSalle, Wichita State, Florida Gulf Coast. Those are the Cinderellas. Which one do you like going the furthest?
Well, I have to agree with Seth Davis and go with Wichita State. And on top of all the things that Seth said, talking about defense and rebounding and how that translates, all of that is true. But I think also Wichita State does not have to play that much above their normal level to advance. LaSalle and Florida Gulf Coast have to play way above their normal level if they're going to keep advancing.
All right, Jerry, we're going to play a little game with you here. We're going to grade the remaining conferences left in the tournament. How do you see the Big Ten? What letter grade would you give them?
Well, for the Big Ten, I think you have to give them an A. I mean, the Big Ten has played the best of anybody. Now, they have played to seed. They've had one upset loser, Wisconsin, one upset winner, Minnesota, but they've got 4 teams in the Sweet 16. Each of them has a legitimate chance to get to the Final Four. It would not at all be surprising to see 2 of these teams make the Final Four. I think you got to go like the Big Ten.
Been strong start to finish all the way here deep into the Sweet 16. The selection committee, Jerry, as you know, they didn't think too much of the Pac-12, but here we are, 2 of the 5 teams left from that conference.
Yeah, I think the Pac-12 has got to get a B. I mean, I think they performed pretty well, especially Oregon, taking a seed that they clearly didn't deserve and running with it all the way to the Sweet 16. Arizona's in the Sweet 16, but they didn't have to play the 3 seed. UCLA was kind of a bomb to the point that their coach got fired. In fact, the team that beat them got their coach fired too. But I think the Pac-12 is probably not going to last this weekend. I don't think that Arizona or Oregon, especially Oregon, has much of a chance.
All right, finally, let's talk about the Mountain West. Much debate as their strength of schedule in terms of the RPI as well. They reached the top of among all conferences, #1 in the nation. And I think a lot of fans, Jerry said at the time, we'll believe it when we see it, and we really didn't see it, did we?
No, we didn't. I think, for the Mountain West, I mean, pretty clearly an F. Now, I always say the conference RPI numbers are for entertainment purposes only, and this is why. I mean, individual team RPIs are not really meant to be precise, and when you just average a bunch for a conference, you never really know what you're going to get. The Mountain West was clearly an aberration, but they lost to a 12, a 13, a 14, a 15. Really, only Colorado State can hold their head high out of that league. It was a league that, for its national perception, desperately needed a good tournament and failed spectacularly.
Did it surprise you how bad it was?
Yeah, I mean, even if you didn't really like their chances of advancing, I mean, I thought New Mexico had a good draw at least and just, totally came up flat against Harvard.